Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about the new Vanguard Pro paddle from Selkirk. It's their new hotness, their new carbon face paddle, and I got to tell you, I'm super impressed with it. Let's get into it. The evolution of Selkirk with their carbon face paddles, they haven't really done it. They've kind of been behind the times. All of the other companies have come out with nothing but carbon face paddles, but Selkirk has really come out with the Luxe, and they've come out with the Project 003s, with the spray grits, and these are good paddles with good spin, but they don't last that long, and so they've been a little bit behind when it comes to carbon face paddles. The Project 006, they came out with that one, and it had a round top, and it was very powerful paddle, but it still was a Gen 1 carbon face paddle, and it had a good spin, good power, good reach, but people didn't like the shape. So it really didn't take off the way they would expect it to. Now they came out with the Vanguard Control. Now the Vanguard Control came out just earlier this year, and it was a Gen 1 carbon face paddle. So they're still a little bit behind with their technology. They finally have got it right. This is a Gen 2 thermoformed carbon face paddle with ridiculous touch and spin. So let's get into some of the performance metrics of this and why I like this paddle. I usually play control paddles. I like control paddles. I like the carbon face control paddles. I like the Luxe. That is kind of the paddle I've been playing in some of my tournaments because I love the touch paddles. I've never needed power from a paddle, but now that I'm starting to get a little bit better in my pickleball game, I really enjoy the spin and I really want put away power. I want to be able to end points. It's really hard to do with the Vanguard Control. What they've done uniquely with this paddle that makes it different than any paddle on the market so far is that they have 12K carbon fiber face, and they've got 4 layers of carbon fiber on this paddle. Now, traditionally, carbon fiber paddle faces are only 2 layers. 2 layers of peel ply with the carbon fiber. They have got 4 on this. The other thing they did is they took the X5 polypropylene core that they used on the Project 006, and that is the core that they put in here. So it has a more responsive core because the Project 006 was a very powerful paddle. And then they took that and they put 4 layers of carbon fiber on the front of it. So what does that do for us? Well, one, it should give more durability. So up front, when I first started playing this paddle, it comes in stiff because of how rigid the carbon fiber is. But as the carbon fiber starts to break in, as you get 3 or 4 or 5 hours of play, you will start to notice that the paddle starts to flex more, it starts to spin more, and it is even more controllable, but it doesn't lose the pop. And that's what I love about what they've done with this technology. The biggest complaint of the Vanguard Control was the power. You couldn't put the ball away. They have answered that question with this paddle. It has plenty of pop, more than the Vanguard Control, but it's not uncontrollable. A lot of times you're sacrificing control for power. And we don't really want that. We want an all-court paddle that we can play in any situation. We can hit it hard when we want to, and we can play the soft game when we want to. So other than this paddle being very stiff out of the box, it takes a little bit of getting used to because it's a little bit stiffer because of the 4 layers of the carbon fiber. And the durability is what they're saying will happen with this, because as the carbon fiber starts to flex, it has layers underneath it to support it. So it will not break down as fast as just a 2-layer of carbon fiber face. And the 12K, when you go to 12K, 18K, 3K, these are all about the weave and the closeness of the pattern. So look at this microscopic view. You can see that the pattern on this is really, really tight. This is a 12K carbon fiber face with 4 layers. And so it really grabs onto the ball and it will launch the ball and it will spin like crazy. I would put this in the higher spin trajectory. I'd put this up around 1900 or 2000 with all the other paddles that I've tested. That's where it feels like the range it's going to be. We'll see when the testers get done with their numbers. But I found that this paddle was amazing from all spots. I was able to hit drop shots with it. I was able to hit really good dipping drives with it. And the counter punches with this, I felt, really gave me the edge that I was looking for that I could not get with the Vanguard Control. So they really answered all of the gaps that came from the Vanguard Control. And they also, because of the foam around the edges, this paddle plays all the way down to the edge. It is a Gen 2 paddle, but it is not over powerful, and I doubt very highly this is going to delaminate. So overall, I've been super impressed with this paddle. I really enjoy playing with it, and I can't wait to get it in a little bit more games and see how it performs. I want to thank Selkirk for sending me this paddle to review, and I want to thank all of you that are using our code. The code you can get in the description below. That helps us keep the lights on, helps us keep giving you these reviews, helping you make good decisions on your paddle purchases. And you know what? You get a gift card in the mail. After using our code, you get a gift card after 30 days, and you can spend that in the Selkirk store. Now, if you don't like the Selkirk line and you want to check out another paddle, check these out here.